Hello, hello everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you are having a good day. Today is Tuesday. We are getting through the week. Getting there, getting there. Hi, Verdania. Welcome in. Thank you for the resub, Suvaha. 11 months. Much appreciated. Why are you sneezing over there? Remy does need snackies. What does she get today? Does she get biscuits? Does she get bark belly or does she get bacon? She gets bark belly. She's been very pouty in her donut. Trying to get all of the sympathy for somebody to take her out of her donut. But it's not going to work. Not today. She has a doctor's appointment on Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday. Yes, it is needed. Grandma tried to take it off so she could have a little freedom and she ruined it. She broke the ouchies back open, so now she has to keep it on. I have to figure out something to eat. But you can spoil her, and she does currently appreciate the spoiling. She currently has one ear up and one ear down, and she is in a donut, which makes it look more ridiculous. I hope you guys are doing good. It has felt like a very long week this week. We are going to be continuing our adventures in Eorzea with Final Fantasy. Why are you so sneezy? It's probably all the smoke. Why are you so sneezy? Blown boogers everywhere. Yeah, she blown boogies. It's so cold in here. I'm gonna regret turning the air conditioner up. Hi, Zeb. Welcome in. How are you doing? Just because I said somebody else's name does not mean you are getting more. Enjoying your Saturday with your new kitties? They getting acclimated. They learning how to be cats. Yes. Start with a door between them. That is the safe way. You sense spoiling in the kitten dimension? Yes. Much spoiling. Much spoiling to be happening. Okay. My day has been okay. It has been a very long week. I'm afraid I've not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Zaindelina and me serve like with like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. I dare to hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell and stains. You couldn't give us clean clothes? These will flow very well. You have my thanks. Listen, Xylena, so as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard has lent us and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. Alright. Time to talk to people. And you are? Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Begone, and see to it you don't make a nuisance of yourself. Wow, you're just fucking rude. I preach the teachings of Azima the Warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? Azima is keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of the days. And I was just about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. Ermagerd! Greetings, good madam. Is there aught I might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin your fellows out at the pond north of Sandgate. I don't know, but every time I see it, that's all I think of is Ermagerd! What is it? God, it's not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomsoever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone? Quite a knack for being a nuisance, Xylena. The camp is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sandgate, to the east of here. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let us go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. Of course. Oh, Thancred. Fine evening for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? I mean, I could think of better things to do. You look absolutely smashing, Xylena, positively dressed for deception. All that's left then is to wait for our quarry to appear. Oh, you poor, unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the Order of Naldthal, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teaching of Nald. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance, you would have made a god's awful mummer, Ungust. What? How did you know? You bastards tricked me! Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there if not born. Some moons ago, the Amalja raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them. Few as they were, everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew. And so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amalja in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands, outrageous ones. Demands of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments from the Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people, so I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Amalja. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence, you could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you're not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak. Was good. What did you say? The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not see even a fraction of what the Amalja pay me. You sacrificed innocence so that you could line your own pockets. Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess the world's in, then blame yourselves or the gods. Not you again. Were you the one leaking the Immortal Flames patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No, I know nothing about that. I swear it. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth. But no matter, there'll be time enough to learn the truth. Silena, be a dear and take word of these developments to Minfilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. Hey, yo, Minnie! I got info for you. Welcome back, Silena. I am pleased that you and Thancred have been getting along. I see. You've done well to uncover the truth. Thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken, and none but the Amalja know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Can I get out of these clothes? I feel like I should be able to get out of these clothes now. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. That you might take to the field suitably prepared, I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mudamix Bubblypots, and he is a scholar of no small repute. Mudamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mudamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the greatest benefit of all the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mudamix and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mudamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Thanalan, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke, and the way will become clear. His name is Oompa-Loompa. No. This is an Oompa Loompa. Mudamix is not an Oompa Loompa. You will soon see. Grunkalunka. Okay. Oh god, I forgot how pretty the sky is in this game.
Master, we have a visitor.
Hello, Mama. Welcome in, welcome in. How you doing, Mama? I gotta remember how to get to where I'm going. His smoke's all colorful. You ate too much for dinner? Well, that's not good. You're not supposed to do that. Who is Uplander come to tentering of Mudamix Bubblypots? Oh, see, this is Mudamix. He is Goblin. Fighty Tool drinks in airy self. When full of airy self, fighty tool changes to stony shine, name of materia. Girlfriend says she ate too much too. I blame greed. I blame the fact that you make delicious food, and that is not a bad thing. If materia join with other fighty tool, then big eyes. Fighty tool gains power of airy self. I don't have any idea what they're saying. Munimix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. Yes, tongue flaps reach ears of Munimix with fastness. Minfilia wants Uplander to see power of materia. Uplander brings fighty tool to Munimix. Yes? I think so? Fighty tool is unstrong as eating tool. Make a good teachy show of power of materia. The materia master. Now eyes of Uplander point at fighty tool. Yes, materia join with fighty tool. Fighty tool gains power of materia. Fighty tool reborn. Here, Uplander, take fighty tool to Minfilia. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them. Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. It must have sufficient spirit bond, that being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. When you attach a piece of materia to gear, you imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Munimix turned that dagger of yours from something that would have struggled to cut steak into a weapon worth wielding. Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia. Then Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. With knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants brain case to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learning ones of Munimix. What would you say if I told you that inanimate objects can possess a soul? Oh, we don't need to do this. This is a side quest. I'll be right back. You can't talk smack about me. I'm gonna see it eventually. It's not like it goes away. Skip snacky timer. Alright, what snacky is she getting then, Mama? Suvaha gave her bark bellies. So what would you like to give her? You want to give her bark bellies too? Nope, too late. I already gave her a bark belly. Too late. She can have jerky next time. Remy. That doesn't mean you can get yourself into trouble. God, and you spoiled her while you were here? Maybe I should disable snackies for the stream then. She was clearly spoiled earlier today. I can't. She'd probably... You did leave the door on this time. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Material may well give you the edge you need, Xylena, so make it your ally. Now it's time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray, speak with me when you are ready to begin. What level are you now? So story-wise, I am level 20. Character-wise, I am level 30. Is she present though, Suvaha? I feel like she is. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungust, the false priest. So, main quests have this flame symbol. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have Ungust attend as planned. As the Amalja are not anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you provide it to them, Xylena. Thank you for the caffeinate, Lizzie! Welcome in! How are you doing today? I would have you provide it to them, Xylena. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he is able. Till such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. No pressure. Before he left, he bade me tell you to, quote, save some for him, such as his confidence in you, a confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray take yourself up to Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Headed home from dinner. I am doing good. I'm currently eating chicken quesadilla for dinner. How was dinner? What did we have? Was it good? Alright. Oh, so Verdania. The easy way to tell if it is a main quest or a side quest. So, where's my main quest guy? So side quests are shaped like this. And main quests are shaped like this flame. I think he's upstairs. Inside. Texas Roadhouse with the siblings. Steak. Steak is so delicious. So these are main quests for Dania. They're like, they've got the little like meteor symbol. Oh, I need to talk to him. That's the whole reason I'm here. You're Xylena Atern of the Scions. My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and prize for them the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizardmen aren't aware that our man Ungust has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet with the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amalja's plot. If the mission succeeds, Xylena, let's make sure it does. No pressure. Don't mess it up. Where are we going? Are we going all the way up there? How am I supposed to go to the city if it's invisible? Very carefully. So you're not too far behind. Technically a chicken, I suppose. These are chocobos. Ostrich chicken? Yeah, kind of. I don't know if they taste amazing with barbecue sauce, Mom. Spin for chaos. Well, let me get out of the danger zone before I spin. Spin the wheel. Change a slice and spin, Mama. Do I need to tell you what we have? Thank you for the lurk, Pumpkin. Will you think, Mama, I'm gonna do Subaha's spin. Kisses for the cohabs. And that's only Remy right now because Jim's at Machinist is at work. Come here, Rem. Mwah, mwah. Kisses for the Remy. Change react to a video to random state fact. Okay, it has been updated. Alright, now let's see if I can get myself killed. Oh. Oh, oh, oh! Mom! Mom! I forgot! I'm fixing it! I'm fixing it! Somewhere around where I'm at in, levels. In main story quests. Okay, it's up now, Mom. And no, I don't know why Dad Joke's not working. Because Saribot is working. Because the joke is not yet apparent. Is the bait in place? Our man is in position, sir. Good. We make our move as soon as the Amalja appear. Yes, sir. What is the meaning of this? Wait, something's amiss. Egads! I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. I eluded the immortal flame's clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? 'Twas almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Aye, your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep. They're all yours. We're not even done yet. Put up your weapon or your comrade's a dead man. Artist formerly known as Gust, bring her. The rest of you march. Traitorous scum! Fear the Amalja mean to give us to their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death with steel in hand. Time to do a trial. Oh yeah. Okay. While we wait for that, we're gonna do this. We're gonna clean up some quests. Never been good at triple triad. Nope, not where I wanted to go. She knows you well, then, is what I'm hearing, Subaha. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. O mighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. O mighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your Godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame and mark them as your own. Bring those two as well. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. Ha-ha! None but the servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. Shun the non-believers! Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn. Blood for the blood god. Rest in pieces, my friend. Except for me, because I'm a badass. Oh, mighty Ifrit. My one true god. Your words are my bread. Impossible! By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? Could it be? Your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. Because Ifrit is just a summon and not a deity. Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear, thou art of the godless blessed's number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered. Well, I got news for you, buddy. I'm not throwing hands, I'm throwing fire. Fight fire with fire. My healer's name is Pickles McGee. Oh shit. At least they're not Sour Pickles McGee. Well, that was easy. Pray forgive my lateness. Don't worry, I took care of it, Thancred. Without your help. I was delayed by a congregation of Amalja zealots. I swear each seemed more evangelical than the last. Oh look, another one. Persistent lot. Oh look, and now he's a ninja. Phew! See, the Bloodthorn wasted no time extracting the captives, no less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. Except for that one guy. That one guy that decided to break the rules. Those two assholes. As for those two, it's fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Xylena. Had I known this message would I promise I know how to talk. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would never have left you to face it alone. You have been given a veritable baptism of fire. Promise I know how to speak. English is my first language. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we say? This way, sir. So that was the mighty Ifrit. Ew, why you gotta spit? That is not becoming. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Ul'dan interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia, promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find that I'm troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance in our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. Also known as future use problem. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. Livia is snotty. Livia is an asshole. I don't like her. Nero at least has some redeeming qualities. With allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. Yes, but how is Nero's mother doing? Pretty sure she's not with the living anymore. Ah, there you are, Xylena. Come, rest a while. You will have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Amalja will be less inclined to risk our wrath, for a time at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds, for once a man is tempered... but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Xylena. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. And you're so humble, too. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way, I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the Waking Sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. And Lord knows, nobody else is going to get it done. Oh. I can unlock that over here. Tuco. We might end up. Nobody knows. Nobody knows where they might end up. I wish to unlock a dungeon. Time to return to the Waking Sands. My late arrival nearly cost Xylena her life. I wasn't there when the Amalja took her prisoner. And I wasn't there when they served her to Ifrit. But I was there to kick their motherfucking ass. Yes, by some miracle she survived, but that does not excuse the fact that she should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed her utterly. Just as I'm failing you all. Oh, Thancred. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every... Xylena, it's so good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I had just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear, and now we can put paid to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amalja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here, and the stronger they become, the more ether they require. Now, ether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of ether, crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from the suffering. These cries serve as a beacon towards which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together, or etheric coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Yet even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is though a greater power protects us. When you first came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent incidents all share a common trait: meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of your respite, Xylena. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something. Something I think it would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I'm sorry to report that all are to be put to death, the flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse, but once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we Scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us, Xylena. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. God's forgiven me. How many more lives? Louisoix would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of a reward, confirming to Thancred that the Scions would benefit from your aid. Remy needs snackies too. Jerky? She doesn't have jerky. It's bacon, biscuits, or beef something. Bark belly. Bark belly bacon or beef bone broth biscuits. Bacon. Bacon. Can't go wrong with bacon, especially bacon that is also cheese flavored. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. Oh, it is bacon flavored too, but it is also flavored with cheese. It is bacon and cheese flavored. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have guests, Silena. Or rather, you have guests. Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always.
Master, we have a visitor.
Cheese and bacon are indeed the two greatest things in the world. You cannot go wrong with one or both on food. I'm given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Doll have... my English! I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom Grand Company of Limsa Lominsta to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. No, just because I pet you does not mean you get anything, Remlin. As you can see, Xylena, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the grand companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. Limburger cheese on pretty much anything is a mistake. I mean, you're not wrong. I suppose it does depend on the cheese. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Xylena's deeds spread so quickly. That the immortal flames should know of her triumph is to be expected, but what of the other grand companies? Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Aetern. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can face a primal and emerge the victor. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of a valiant woman such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelfth Wood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mistress Aetern. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. Why, even before you aided us against the Amalja and their dread primal, yours was already a respected name in Ul'dah. Our people know you and love you well. A woman of your talent belongs with the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Lominsa to the shores of glory. Lady Minfilia. Very well. Though I'm quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the grand companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Lominsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a grand company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the grand companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so. And yet, I concede that it is no small choice you face. A thought occurs to me. You will of course recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as a part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each grand company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well, let Xylena hear our leaders speak, then return here with her decision. We eagerly await your answer. I know full well that adventurers are, by their nature, a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a grand company nonetheless. While the promise of a reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of a great power, Xylena, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on good. Oh my god, I'm just making up words at this point. You must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a grand company, however, you will be one woman amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The grand companies seek to protect their own nations. We scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Eorzea is changing, Xylena, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. With the power of friendship! Now it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. Okay. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Xylena. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often to a few too many people. Next time, I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and Elder Seedseer Kane Senna will deliver her address at Miketo's amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ul'dah, where Flame General Raubon Al-Din will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there's to be a special guest. How exciting. Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Lominsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merlwib Blufsflin will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry, Xanathale, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the Remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. I feel like that translates into you can go in whatever order you want, but for story reasons, we had to give you an order. So this is a giant Lalafell? Oh, it really is a giant Lalafell. Alright. To Gridania. What's this? What do you have?
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 Seed Seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seed Seer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Oh, hey, it's the twins! I just noticed they were there.
Man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
God, their voices are so different.
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
All
forest.
the elementals!
If you'll permit me, Alfie no. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history.
Think of the
sampling one's
children, Zeb!
remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
These guys are like 12. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned their primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The 12th Wood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? On to the next one!
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanimo herself!
And Roban as well!
Uppies!
Hark
Oh,
you,
no uppies.
souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore.
No uppies this time.
Hurrah! Roban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Naldal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
Huzzah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you
Yes,
can
the
snatch
Sultana
from your
is adorable
neighbor,
and tiny,
but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond.
and usually sits on Ralbon's arm.
Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people. Ya for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Ralbon!
Ralbon?
Uppies!
People of Ul'dah, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are by fire reborn! Forsooth!
The time is now!
I fancy meeting you again.
The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Uldans do not shy away from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So they have dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldans send their forces to smite the Primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then that the immortal flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. For their sake, I hope that the Flame General's words struck a chord with you. Last but not least, excuse me. Yes.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Have a good night, Suvaha. Thank you for hanging out.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The Crimson Field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the Black Longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our Grand Company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator,
Friends, Romans,
this
countrymen,
great
lend me
vessel
your
of
ears.
ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral!
Alright. Now we got a decision to make.
Fancy meeting you again.
As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa Lominsa is plagued by 2 beast tribes. First are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lominsans' backyard. And that is to say not of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions. And while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lominsans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched a deeper shade of the crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Thanks for helping me decide, guys. You've given me absolutely no inkling. Silena, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope? Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service is now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, get your ass back here. Alright. Do I want to go with the tree huggers, the pirates, or the desert people, the fighters? Welcome back, Silena. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Xylena, but you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies, as though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
All right, which one do I want, guys? Do I want trees, desert, or ocean? Essentially, it doesn't matter except for really aesthetics and a couple story points, I think, but like it really doesn't make that much of a difference. I have in the past been a member of all three. My main is currently in Gridania. My OG was in Ul'dah. You don't know. So, this is how I'm going to make this decision. I am going to choose, because where I live is in desperate need of some rain, we're going to choose Storm. Because that's my logic. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. We should be enemies? What are you joining? Are you part of Ul'dah? Are we going to fight at dawn? Nobody gave me an opinion. Honestly, I'd say we were to be enemies no matter what you picked. Thanks. We do have plenty of flames around here. We do not need more. Our recruitment officer sent word of your coming. It shall be my honor to induct you into the ranks of the Maelstrom. Now, before I accept your oath, you must be aware of several... Sir. Hi, Big C. Welcome in. I am doing well. How was your day? What is it, Private? And this had better be important. Sir, we received a report from a lookout in Lower Lanasia, sir. Imperial forces have fired upon a high-wind Skyways airship. The vessel is in a bad way, sir, and it appears to be banking for an emergency landing in Cedarwood. Cedarwood? Damn it, we have no troops available in that area. The bulk of our infantry is bogged down on the coast, skirmishing with the fishbacks. A-turn, this is highly irregular, but I fear your first duty in service to the Maelstrom must needs be unofficial. Lots of yard work today. Got a break from the rain. Can you send that rain this way so we can get a break from the fires? That would be awesome. If our man in Lower Lanasia is correct, the airship will come down in territory crawling with Imperial scouts. If there are any survivors, we must reach them before the Garleans do. Make haste to Cedarwood, locate the airship, and if any of its occupants are alive, make sure they come to no further harm. We'll see about swearing you in upon your return. Here I come to save the day! Nope. He's so hidden you don't even know. Look, totally hidden. See? Look at that big old tree. Nobody can see us. Maelstrom Command sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Bro, I'm like 3 inches tall. Be at ease, sir. We are of the Maelstrom. You're a Garland Ironworks engineer. Yes, one of our lookouts reported the attack on your craft. We're here to rescue you. You must be A-turn. Good work on reaching our friend here before the Imperials. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to the man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineers. Someone must pay for Garland's crime. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? Isn't that the new design people have been whispering about? It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Alright, pay attention. We're going to hit those Imperials hard and fast. If they want a souvenir from Eorzea, they can have a knife in the gut. But they're not getting that ship. Oh, and don't forget to save the Lalafell. What say you, A-turn? You ready to give those curs a hiding? Like a tidal wave, lads. Charge! An ambush! Do we have to save the Lalafell? Yes, it's kind of the job. leveled up. Didn't know you could level up in the middle of one of these things. Hey, we did it! Biggs! His hair is absolutely ridiculous. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. I try to be good at my duty. A few minor modifications, and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. We'll stand watch until the ship is ready to take off. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts eventually, but I doubt they'll get here for a good while yet. A-turn, you're free to return to Maelstrom Command and complete your induction. Ordinarily, I'd ask you to stay, but I think we'd all feel better knowing an adventurer of your ability was safely sworn in and ready for the next mission. Rest assured, I'll inform Command of the part you played today. You mean the most of it? I just wanted to say sorry, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously, though, if it hadn't been for you and the Maelstrom lads here, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Thank you. We're very grateful. I might have to Fantasia myself just so I don't lose myself. Welcome back. You needn't be concerned about the engineers. They completed their return trip without further Imperial interference. I must admit, I had my doubts at first, but it seems the stories about you are true. Look forward to seeing what else you're capable of after you're properly inducted. Now, speaking of your induction. Let us start afresh, shall we? You are welcome here, Xylena A-turn. That such a well-respected adventurer would choose to join our ranks is most heartening. Before you swear your allegiance to us, however, it is only right that I tell you exactly what it is that you will be joining. The Grand Company is more than simply a collection of soldiers. It is an all-encompassing... They already told us all of this. You have my sword until sea swallows all. I hereby assign you the rank of Storm Private 3rd Class. You are now officially a soldier of the Maelstrom. Welcome aboard. Can you hear me, Xylena? This is Minfilia. An officer of the Maelstrom contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations. I have no doubt you're eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a woman of the storm... Oops. Some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. No rest for the wicked. Before you make yourself scarce, I recommend having a word with Commander Riki. Might be worth your while. You may now accept the quest, My Little Chocobo! Yes, please, give me a chocobo! Am I supposed to buy something? I think I'm supposed to buy something. Extra fries! No! I mean, it's technically a cell phone, Mom. It's basically what it is. It's a little thing in my ear that they can call me on. God dang it. Alright. I think I'm gonna call it there. I will work on getting my chocobo and everything, and then... Yes, I hear voices in my head, essentially. But we are gonna call it there, and we will pick this up tomorrow. And then... You just finished the first dungeon! Awesome! It was good to see you too, Big C! It was nice! We will pick this up again tomorrow, continuing main story, and I need to, work on, yes, if you, I think it's O, yeah, O is the default, and then you can just do player search, and and you can search first name, and you can search for me, and it should be able to pull me up, and you can friends request me. You can only friend request somebody when they are logged in. I definitely just randomly accepted a friend's request because I thought it was you, and now I'm suddenly wondering if it was actually you. I can see... let me see if there is anybody available to raid. We can do... Let's do moves. Well, he's been on for 6 hours. He might not be on for very much longer. Instead, let's do... let's do El Boogie Pop. She is part of the... Moves is on. We can raid Moves. He's been on for a while, so he might end soon, but we'll raid him. But I will catch you guys all later. I will be back on tomorrow for more Final Fantasy. I hope you all have a good night, and I will catch you guys all tomorrow.